class, this is Ms. V. Welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to develop a portrait drawing using the correct proportions of the face. When we talk about proportion, we're emphasizing on the placement and distance between each feature, the eyes, nose, lips, and the ear. It is important for you to understand the placement and distance between each of these features so the result of your portrait drawing is more accurate. With that being said, let's get started. So, why is it important? Well, one, often students tend to create drawings, portrait drawings with the eyes a little too far apart, okay? Or they end up drawing their eyes a little too close together. The eyes are very important to establish first in our drawing, so if you're off with the placement of the eyes, it will definitely throw off the placement of your nose and then the placement of your lips as well. Some students tend to become too self-aware when they're looking at themselves and they don't want to follow through with proportions, they want to make adjustments, they don't want their nose to look too long, and they end up compressing their drawing, and in the end, we have a face drawing that looks like this. A little too close. It almost looks like it is a baby face drawing. So as you follow the guidelines, make sure you watch this video and you follow through, so it's going to help you with the appropriate placement of the eyes, the distance between each of the features, and the ear included on there. So the materials you will need today will be a sheet of paper and a pencil. You will begin by drawing an oval shape on your page. An oval, egg-like shape. Does it have to be perfect? Not necessarily, no. These guidelines are to help you estimate the placement. If you have trouble drawing the oval, then what you can do is you can draw a rectangle and then from there you can curve the bottom part of that rectangle on the top. Right, and make adjustments as you go. So once you have your oval shape on your page, okay, make my adjustments to mine. I have this pole here that's in the way, so keeps me from drawing evenly on both sides of the page. So my oval's a little off, you know, I'm just gonna work with this. Doesn't, like I mentioned, doesn't have to be perfect. So once you have your oval shape on your page, the next step will be to draw a horizontal line in the middle of your oval. So this big space, what you can do is you're gonna divide that into two by drawing a horizontal line across your page, okay? How do you know it's right in the middle? Well, we're gonna use this technique. We're going to place the tip of our pencil on that line, and we're going to place the tip of our finger on the bottom of that oval on this side. So I'm going to place my finger there where that line ends from where I see the line that I chose, right? And I'm going to lift. So from my tip of my finger to the tip of the pencil, that's the measurement of this space. So I'm going to take that, bring it up, I'm going to place my finger on that line, and the tip of my pencil is going to tell me if the space is even, and I have a little bit of a gap up there, so that tells me I should move this line a little bit lower. So I'm going to do that right here, bring that down. So I like to make my adjustments first before erasing the line that I don't want. So okay, and I'm going to measure that again, finger, tip of the pencil, finger, and then bring it up right there. Okay, there we go, that's more accurate. So if you need to make adjustments, make sure you make adjustments on your page. On this horizontal line, we need to break that space on that horizontal line to be about 5 eyes wide. So we're going to divide this into 5 spaces, okay? And each space, again, is going to represent the size of the eye. So how do we begin to do that? We're going to place 2 dashes here, almost in the middle, a gap. So this gap from here to here is my estimated area for the size of the eye. Okay, I'm gonna estimate this from here to there, here to there. So what we can do is continue to use this technique. The tip of our pencil and our finger to capture the distance between that area. And then move it over. This line to this line. Seems about right. From here to here. Yes, my line should be out here. And now to measure it on the right side, we'll do the same. There. Okay, this tells me that this line should be just a little further out, so I'm going to move this here and erase that line. And I continue to capture that from there to there, perfect, and then from there to there. That means this should be a little wider. If my line ends up out here, from here to here, that means this line, the width of that should end out here. I have to make that adjustment. We want to have the space in the middle be the distance between the two eyes, okay? So the space in the middle is the distance between the eyes. So here is where you'll start sketching your very first eye here, okay? Now, we can work on the generic shape of the eye that we practiced before, like I mentioned before as well. Once you start drawing a person or yourself, you'll be making changes and adjustments to the lines based on what your eye or that other person's eye looks like, okay? So here, I'm gonna follow through with our spaces, okay? I'll do this real quick, but when you create yours, of course, you wanna take the time to make your eyes even as possible. We'll start worrying about the placement of the nose, okay? So from the line that you placed here to the bottom of the oval, which will be the chin, we're going to divide this space only. Again, we're going to split it. So we're going to draw another horizontal line across it, and we're going to use the same measurement technique, right, to ensure that the spaces are equal. Nope, here you see the tip of my pencil is way too high. That's telling me that I should bring this line lower. So I'm gonna erase that because I already drew that line right below it. So let's see, from there to there, got it from there to there, and we just a little more, just a little further down. Let's see, tip, and just a little high right here. I'd say this right here because I was basing it on that. This horizontal line indicates where the placement of the nose should be, okay? Now, earlier I mentioned as well the importance of the placement of the eyes. The eyes will guide all other features on the face. So where the tear duct area of the eye is, that is, if you draw a vertical line, that is usually where the nose ends, are just as wide as a nose should be on a face. So from here, we want to draw that circle. Remember, with the highlight. The nostril. Now I'm drawing just like the basic outline of the features because you've already practiced the features. When you create this particular practice, I want you to go ahead and apply the shading to every feature. Okay, but on this video, I'm just showing you the guidance of the placement of each feature, the distance between, for the proportions. When you turn yours in, I want to see the shading of each of the features included. Okay, so from here, you have the nose. I'm gonna shake it just a little bit. It makes me feel uneasy to know that it's not as shaded as it should be. This part, I'm a little too dark with it. I don't like it. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so from here, then we're going to divide the next space as well. Okay, the next space from the tip of the nose to the bottom of the oval, the chin, we're going to draw another horizontal line. The next and final feature is the ear. So the eye and the nose will help indicate to you where your ear should start and where it should end. Okay, so from here we have it should end on this part and then where the eyebrow is at, like in the middle right there. So from here the ear should start. Now, depending on the individual that you're drawing, if it's a male or female, look at, do they have sideburns? Right? I always tell students, make sure you observe the distance where the eyebrow ends, where part of that forehead is, you know, how thick or how wide is the space for the hair, right? And then you can start drawing. Okay, always look out for those things. Look out for the space of the forehead and just how much space the hair takes up close or next to that ear. And that's important for you to observe. Okay, so let's get closer to that. Now, where the eye ends, that's where the ear should begin, right? And right where the eyebrows are at, that's where it should end. Maybe like half right there. Try not to make it too wide. Ears ended up looking like if you were looking at the ear from a side view. Once you've drawn your ear, eyes, nose, and lips to the correct proportions, what you want to consider placing on your drawing is the neck. Just how wide should the neck be? Well, the ear and the eye will help guide you on the placement of the neck. So ideally where the eyebrow ends, right between the ear and the eye, I'm going to place a vertical line. And that should help you the placement of the neck. You curve. Maybe this should be a little bit further in, yeah. There you go. Oh, you want a neck wide enough to support the size of the head, correct? So once you have the neck, the placement of the neck, you want to curve and include shoulders if you have the space for it. To complete this drawing, we'll fill in the space on top. Some of you may have wondered exactly why were the eyes placed in the middle of the shape of the oval, when you might have thought the eyes should go a little bit higher than that. Well, we need to consider the space for the forehead and the space for hair, okay? Now, based on how you look, the space of your forehead may be shorter or wider, depending on your hairstyle. When you begin to fill in the area with the hair, and I'm going to give you a demonstration on how to draw hair on a next video. Here, I'm only going to block in the shape of the hair. So, be observant of where your eyebrow ends, your eye as well, and the space between that and the hair above or next to the ear, right? So if it's a male, they have sideburns, and you have the hair on right above where the ear is placed, or maybe someone might have longer hair, might cover part of the ear, right? And of course, the style of the hair also matters. So on another video, I'll give you more of a demonstration on detailed hair drawings, okay? The style, how to fill in with the shape of the hair, the space it takes up, okay? So that would be for male. For female, of course, the hair would be different, and you erase this from the back and then move your way to the front. So again, depending on your hairstyle, and I'll show you a video with demonstrations for short hair and long hair drawings and step-by-step on how you can create that texture. You might have bangs too, who knows?